Hello, everyone. It's Melissa with Wise Woman Healing, and let's talk about what we're going to try for today. But first, a quick little word on what it means to be a wise woman or a cunning man. And the definition is, excuse me, is somebody who has learned the ways of herbal healing and remedies and understands things like nature and the elements and can do charms, healing charms, that sort of thing. Herbal healing, magical charms, or other traditional lore. So there you go. That's what a wise woman means. It's a British, I think it originates in Britain. So, a wise woman usually refers often in the context of pre-modern European peasantry to a folk healer or a midwife. And that's what I am. I'm not a midwife, but I am a folk healer. And so there you go. That's what I do. I am a folk healer. So thank you to everyone who has started to sign up for the end of year spiritual consultations and readings. Thank you so much for your support. And it's really great getting to meet all of you who are signing up so we can talk and get to know each other. So this week, and also I just want to let you know, hang on. There is a respiratory thing going around right now. So I would recommend that you research golden seal and red raspberry leaf. I usually make them as a tea, and it helps to dry up whatever's going on in my sinuses and my lungs. But I'm not prescribing, I'm not diagnosing. All of this, including the consultations, are for entertainment purposes only because, the powers that be consider herbalism to be clownish. So we have to say that it's for entertainment purposes only. So there you go. Okay, so today is Saturday the 7th, and I just want to say thank you. I know they have passed away, but I believe that they can hear us here on earth. To the men and women who gave their lives during the Pearl Harbor attack to defend our nation. All right. Today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday, the moon is in Pisces, and that means we are working on the feet. And remember, we are in a waxing moon cycle, so those are the things above the surface. We're going to work on things above the surface. But to take a nice foot bath and give yourself a little massage is the right thing to do during this time if you are able to. If you have open sores on your feet, of course you don't want to soak your feet in hot water or warm water because that can drive the infection deeper. So be careful. Make sure you keep your feet dry, especially this time of year when it's snowy and there's a lot of salt on the road and everything. It can deteriorate your skin. Then we go into Aries Monday and Tuesday, and that is the head and face. So, it's a nice time to have a little facial maybe, do a little exfoliating, that sort of thing. Use those fancy serums you've been saving for a special occasion. There's no time like the present. Then Taurus is Wednesday and Thursday, and that's the neck. Friday and Saturday, Friday the 13th and Saturday the 14th are Gemini, which are the arms. Okay. And be careful, ladies, if you have had any sort of mastectomy or lumpectomy, you don't want them massaging your arm on that side because it can cause issues because you don't have a lymphatic system. Probably, if you've had a lump removed, I don't know what all the extent was, but if they've taken any lymph nodes out of your body, having any kind of rubbing on that side done could be detrimental. So, do you have, since this is a channel about magical Christianity, folk magic, folk healing, that sort of thing, do you have magical items that you use or special items in your kitchen that you use that are only for certain things? Like I have a spoon that I bought. It's just especially for cooking magically. I showed you that black pot with the fancy white lid that had porcelain and that had all the cute flowers and butterflies and stuff on it. So when I want to make something especially special, I will use my fancy stuff. And so yesterday I cooked a special meal for my husband and, well, my husband and I, but mostly for him. And I used my special spoon. And, I'm reading Scott Cunningham's book, oh, yes, I do have it, The Magical Household. And this is what it looks like. It's going to be reversed. I'm sorry. I cannot figure out how to unreverse the videos. I'm sorry. I'm not that proficient. So it says spells and rituals for the home. And it talks specifically, well, it talks about so much in here. Let's take a look at the table of contents. So we have, and in our modern homes, it's really hard sometimes to do these things. Like behind you, you obviously see my natural stone fireplace that is awesome. On the other side, it goes straight through the wall. So on the other side, it's brick, it's red brick. So I have the protection of the red brick, you have the beauty of the natural rocks, and I can't use it because the chimney's not been inspected or updated or repaired in years. It's just there. It's just a hole in the house. And that really bugs me. Okay. So that's one of my goals. It's on my bucket list is to fix the chimney and the fireplace or to move into a house that has a working chimney and fireplace and not one of those push button gas ones, but crackling log fireplace. Okay. So in the table of contents, we have house lore, the hearth, thresholds of power, furnishings, dreaming, stove and spoon, which, of course, that's all about kitchen magic, bathing and brushing, the indoor garden, fur, fins, and feathers. So it talks about the different pets and their magical properties, the mystic garden, the garage, protection by broom and rag, household purifications, moving, the magical year, house spells, household omens and portents, the household altar. Okay, so when I was growing up, our house was just our house. And even until a few years ago, it was just a place to store stuff and eat and sleep and then go back out to work. But try to change your mindset as a practitioner of folk magic to think about your house as a living being to a certain extent. And by that, I mean, when you walk out your door in the morning, say goodbye, house, or whenever you're going to go outside, goodbye, house, I'll be back. Watch over everything and make sure everything's okay. Don't let anybody in. That sort of thing. Talk to your house. And then you come back and you say, thank you, house. Or you're sitting here like now. Thank you, house, for being warm and sturdy and solid and protecting us from wind and rain and cold temperatures and the heat of the day. We sit here and we charge up our magical items for doing our workings and our crystals for healing. And I have my headscarves blessed by the priest. They carry that blessing with them. But what about my house? Sometimes we forget about the house and our vehicles and all the things that we do, our shoes, blessed are the feet that carry the good news of the gospel, bless them, and there have been studies that have been done about when you speak into water. So this Japanese man had bowls of rice and water, 2 bowls, and in one bowl they would say nice things, and in the other bowl they would say nasty things, curses, derogatory call it names, and all this sort of thing. The rice that had nice things spoken over it didn't go bad. The rice that had bad things spoken over it got black mold and green mold, like it deteriorated and molded and decayed. Okay, so your house, I mean, if you're sitting here, I was guilty of that for a long time. The least little thing that would go wrong with my house, I would get upset and I would say disparaging things about it. I was used to living in an apartment where the handyman would come and take care of everything, and it was just, mysteriously taken care of by someone during the day while I was at work, and I would come home to my apartment and everything would be done. It would be okay. But when you have a house, it's a whole thing. You got to find somebody who's not going to rip you off, and you have to know what's wrong. And like we had this whole traumatic thing a few years ago with the roof leaking after a hailstorm. Then previously to that, we had a flood in our basement. And, I wasn't like how I am now. I was very upset and very vocal about it, and the contractors and, all the things that they did that wasn't right. But anyway, so that was then, but this is now. And now I do try to remember to say things to my house, like, thank you, house. And it's a big deal. I mean, there are homeless people everywhere. Just look anywhere and you'll be very, very grateful. It's another avenue of gratitude where, you're thankful for the clothes that you have and the shoes and your warm coat and the food on your table and the money to pay for your bills. Don't curse the bills when they come into your house. Be thankful. Thank the Lord that you have money to pay for your necessities, because that's what it is. Unless it's an extravagant credit card bill and, you need to take care of that, keep your spending in check. But if it's just your heating and your insurance and your food bill and stuff like that, that's a blessing that you're able to financially take care of yourself. A lot of people can't right now. And so be thankful. Be thankful for the weird things like bills. Be thankful for your roof. Like, say these things. Speak life into everything around you. The Lord, when He created the world, did it with words, the vibrations of words. So your words carry heavy, heavy weight in your life, with your spouse, with your children, with your inanimate objects. And don't look at them as inanimate objects. The Spirit of the Lord, Holy Spirit, is in everything. Those pots I was talking about, they used to be clay. Now there's something made from the clay. We used to be clay. Now we're something made from the clay. Your spoon is wood. It was from a living tree. And it still has a certain level of vibrational energy. And when you speak into it, it increases that vibrational energy. Like, you can take your spoon. I'm sorry, I don't have my spoon. I started talking about it. I have no props. So you can talk to your spoon, hold it up and look at it and touch it and say, thank you for all the wonderful meals that you've cooked. Thank you for all the chicken soup that you've helped me make so I could heal people. Thank you for not breaking. Thank you for being a strong, good spoon. You're going to sound corny. You're going to feel corny. You're going to sound corny to the people around you, but you don't have to be like really extravagant about it. You can do it quietly. You're stirring your pot of soup. You're like, thank you, pot, for being a strong pot, a good pot, for holding all the ingredients. When you go out in the springtime and you start planting your herbal garden, your kitchen garden, thank the dirt, thank the sunshine, thank the water. Tell the insects to stay away unless they're pollinating. Start speaking into your world, because your world is voice activated. Okay? You can change the vibrational energy around you and make it more positive, healing, and strengthening. Give it a shot. Let me know how it went. All right. May the Lord bless you and keep you and make His light to shine upon you, now and ever and unto the ages of ages. Amen. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, and if you're still here, I should have said this at the beginning. Please like and subscribe and help this channel grow. Bye.